Do you ever find yourself saying yes when you desperately want to say no? You're not alone. This is classic people-pleasing, and it can feel like an impossible habit to break. But why is it so hard to stop trying to make everyone else happy, often at our own expense? Let's dive into the psychology behind it and figure out how to reclaim our own lives. So, what's really going on in our brains when we people-please? A lot of it comes down to a deep-seated fear of rejection. We're social creatures, and the idea of being disliked or abandoned can feel genuinely threatening. This often ties into low self-esteem. If you don't feel worthy on your own, you might seek validation by constantly doing things for others. Sometimes, the roots go even deeper, stemming from past trauma where keeping others happy was a survival strategy. It's not just a bad habit. For many, it's a learned coping mechanism that once served a purpose. Think back to your childhood. Were you praised for being the good, quiet, or helpful child? Many of us were raised in environments where our value was linked to how little trouble we caused or how much we helped out. Our family's expectations, whether spoken or unspoken, taught us that our needs came second. If you were only given affection or approval when you met others' needs, your brain learned a simple but powerful equation. Being helpful equals being loved. This pattern, learned so early in life, can be incredibly difficult to unlearn as an adult. We continue to seek that same validation from our friends, partners, and even coworkers. While making others happy sounds nice, constantly putting yourself last has some serious downsides. It's a fast track to anxiety and resentment. You might feel stressed because your schedule is packed with things you don't even want to do. Over time, this leads to burnout, where you feel completely drained emotionally and physically. Worst of all, people-pleasing can erode your sense of self. When you spend all your time trying to be who others want you to be, you can lose touch with who you actually are, what you enjoy, and what you truly want out of life. Your own identity gets lost in the shuffle. The good news is, you can absolutely break this cycle. It starts with setting boundaries. This is probably the hardest step, but it's the most crucial. Begin small. Say no to a small request you don't have time for. It will feel uncomfortable at first, but it gets easier with practice. Next, prioritize self-care. This isn't selfish. It's essential. Schedule time for yourself, just like you would any other important appointment. Read a book, go for a walk, do something purely for your own enjoyment. Finally, practice being assertive. This doesn't mean being aggressive. It simply means expressing your own needs and feelings clearly and respectfully. You can say something like, "I'd love to help, but I can't right now." So let's recap. People-pleasing often comes from a deep fear of rejection and lessons we learned in childhood. But constantly putting others first can lead to anxiety, burnout, and a weakened sense of who you are. The way out is through setting boundaries, practicing self-care, and learning to communicate your needs assertively. It's a journey, not a destination, but every small step you take towards prioritizing your own well-being is a victory. You are just as important as everyone else you're trying to please. Thanks so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, give it a like and subscribe for more content on living a more authentic life. See you in the next one.